Hello friends, Dr. Awasthi Sudarshan Subhash is here with you. Today we are going to have a discussion on the main idea or the main theme of William Shakespeare's sonnet number 130, the title of which is My Mistress's Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun. Friends, this sonnet is addressed to the beloved of the poet William Shakespeare. Friends, generally we find the poets glorifying the beauty of their beloved in any form of the poem or sonnet. But friends, here this sonnet is very, very different from the other sonnets of the other poets. Here in this sonnet, we find the poet glorifying his beloved in an unconventional way. Shakespeare finds his mistress wanting or lacking in all those attractions which are associated with beauty, and yet he thinks her to be the most beautiful woman in the world. According to the poet, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. The poet begins the sonnet by saying that the eyes of his mistress are certainly not bright like the sunlight. Her lips are certainly not as red as coral is. Snow is white, but the breasts of his mistress are dark or black to look at. The hair on a woman's head are comparable to golden wires, but the hair growing on his mistress's head are black. He says he had seen roses which have a mingled red and white color, but he sees now such roses in his mistress's cheeks. The damask roses are much more beautiful than roses which are either red or white, but the cheeks of his mistress possess now such charm. There are some perfumes which give more pleasure than does the breath which comes out of his mistress's mouth. He loves to listen to his mistress's voice, and yet he knows it very well that the music being played by someone on a musical instrument affords much greater pleasure to a listener than the voice of his mistress affords to him. He admits that he has never seen a goddess walking, but he knows that his mistress, while walking, walks only on the earth below and not on the waves of air in the atmosphere or in the sky. But the poet says that he swears by heaven that he believes his mistress to be as rare a woman as any on whom lavish praise has been bestowed to show her as the most beautiful one in the world. He says that he also believes that his mistress to be extraordinarily beautiful as any woman who was shown as an exceptional woman by the use of false comparisons. Or he thinks his beloved to be a most beautiful woman, but the praise which he is giving her would appear to be false to other people, and his attribution of exceptional beauty to her simply falsifies the ideas of beauty which other people hold. He says that in thinking her to be a rare woman is only misrepresenting and distorting the notions of beauty which are commonly held. Friends, this is an unconventional kind of sonnet. Shakespeare, like every lover in this world, believes his mistress to be a most beautiful woman, and yet he is also aware of the fact that his judgment of her is contrary to what people think about her. Certain ideas of beauty are well established. A fair complexion, a redness of the lips, a luster in the eyes, a natural mingling of red and white in the cheeks, a sweet voice, and a sweet breath are among the essential requirements of the beauty in a woman. Shakespeare's mistress is lacking in these requirements, and yet in Shakespeare's eyes, his mistress is an exceptionally beautiful woman. Generally speaking, friends, there are two possibilities here in the glorification of the mistress of the poet. The very first possibility is that Shakespeare means literally what he has said in this sonnet, but it is also possible that Shakespeare may be ridiculing his mistress after she had proved unfaithful to him. Thus, the sonnet may contain genuine praise by the poet William Shakespeare of his mistress in the days when she was really in love with him, or it may be a satire on that woman when she had proved disloyal to him by transferring her affections from him to his friend, that is the Earl of Southampton. But the fact is that the readers enjoy this sonnet for its unconventionality and the very, very different approach of the poet. Friends, following are the instances of unconventional, or we can say shocking, approach to the beloved by any poet of the world. The first, my mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. The second is that if snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. The third one, if hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. Fourth, in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. Friends, in this way we find that Shakespeare, in its sonnet, my mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun, goes in a very, very unconventional manner. Generally in the whole world we find that people glorifying, people praising their beloved. But here the poet has taken a very, very different stand from other poets of the world or other people of the world. He may have his own notions about her, but as we are not certain about a particular kind of thinking of the poet of his beloved, so we just should take this poem neutrally. We have just told all the possibilities of the poet in this poem. So it was all about this poem. Thank you very much.